So what's so funny about as Christians is oftentimes we fight and try to kill things that actually support our point of view. The book of Genesis is poetry. And we may have two creation stories. Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 may not be the same creation story, but two competing understandings of creation within Judaism or within the Middle Eastern understanding of religion. And people try to make those two things fit. They seem to be two different accounts or two different ways of teaching the origin. And so it's poetry, it's beautiful, it's amazing. And so here's what you need to believe as a Christian. You don't need to believe in young earth. You don't need to believe in 6,000 literal years. You need to believe that in the beginning, whenever that was, wherever that, however that was, God created everything. And so a lot of Christians get caught up in the literal meaning of that. Again, God made it. That settles it. For me, how he did that, and this is so important. As Christians, we never get in theological trouble when we say, what did God do? What does God want me to do? We get in trouble and we argue when we say how. So how did God create the heavens and the earth? Okay. Genesis says what he did. He said, let there be light. And so when we try to understand how in terms of time, and that's where we just have to, I think, punt to mystery. We don't understand how God does things.
Right.
What we need to accept is this is what God did.
Yeah.
God created the heavens and the earth. I don't have any problem with Big Bang. Some people might be offended by that. But again, you're probably offended not because you've wrestled through it, but because someone has taught you to be offended. And a lot of Christians, I love Christians, we don't think through things well. And again, I think it's important that the greatest commandment is to love the Lord thy God with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength. We are to think through things. Here's the thing is, we have misunderstood what it means to take every thought captive. It doesn't have anything to do with lust. It has to do with philosophies and ideologies and thought processes. We do not live in a Christian world. We live in a pagan world. We live in a world that has ideas and theologies and understandings and beliefs and philosophies, and we are to take those down and make them submit to Christ. Right. And so what do non-thinking Christians do? Oh, that's witchcraft. Sometimes we just have to punt to mystery, and that's okay because a God that you can completely understand and explain is not God.